Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and this is for Thursday, and we're now at the 13th of February, 2020, about 9:25 a.m. I'm dressed for the winter, and the reason is it's winter in Chicago. I mean, we're in the teens, we've got snow on the ground, and it's going to keep the temperatures dropping, so the whole office dressed for it. We haven't really had a winter in Chicago. I know by standards, if you're living in Arizona, Florida, you'll think I'm crazy, but it hasn't been bad. It's unusual weather, to say the least. The lake level's unbelievably high, too. Let's take a look before we look at the markets at what came out. The U.S. Consumer Price Index, as you can see, it came out up 0.2, right what they expected. The January core CPI came in month over month up 0.2, right what they expected. Energy prices, we knew they were going to be down and they fell 0.7. The prior month they were up 1.4%. Food prices stable up 0.1. And real earnings, well, little difference here. Last month they were down 0.1. This month they're up 0.1. Jobless claims, still no big numbers, 2,000. They were expecting 8, so that's a good number. Energy analysts expect in a few minutes here as they release the gas storage that'll be down about 110 billion cubic feet. We'll see how that market responds to that. As we look at the health officials in China, I had prepared you that the numbers, your base was going to disappear. They're changing the method in this province of Hubei as to how they're doing counts, what means that you have the disease. So it went up 14,000. You heard, actually 15,152 cases. It's difficult to do. There's a positive and a negative. They're finding more cases with this new methodology, but the death count, it shows the mortality rate, if you look at all that, sinking away. I've just read 2 stories, it could not be 10 minutes ago, where there's 2 different companies that claim that they have found virus cures located in America. They have Chinese partners that could be out this summer. We'll see what goes on with that. The IEA, because of what's going on, they're lowering their daily usage, 435,000 barrels a day in the first quarter. For 2020 as a whole, it's going to drop some 30% to 825,000 barrels a day. That's the lowest since 2011. I think that's pretty important. Germany finalized CPI, came in negative 0.6 month over month, in line with forecast, but these aren't good numbers. So you can see that when you look at the euro, it's staying under pressure. I don't remember the euro trading under 109 for a couple of years. That's quite a big number. The dollar staying strong here, pushing the 9,900 level. Gold, even with the dollar, acting very good. And this copper market, they call it Dr. Copper. As long as copper stays bid like this, I personally think it's going to be very difficult to go back down to the 248 level. I think that was the worst case scenario. I think if you take a look at the energies, especially gasoline, I think that market's looking more and more like it's seen a seasonal low in it. You can go anywhere in the rest of the products, but even with these reduced numbers, you're holding fairly well here. Bonds and notes, a bit of a risk-on bid into them today. So traders trying to get a handle on this coronavirus, trying to understand just what these new numbers mean. I had prepped you for it. I said it wasn't going to be easy, and it isn't. And one of the things I do is I bring this all up in the morning. So this morning, for example, I think I started recording at 5 a.m. I wanted my traders to get this information out very early so that they could understand what to do with these numbers. I knew they were going to be confusing, and I started prepping them for it earlier in the week, and here we are. So each morning, I'm going to start you off with trade ideas, and I'm going to give you both the technicals, the fundamentals, what I'm seeing going on. And you will see me cover 40 charts, and the way I'm going to cover them is in a specific manner each and every time, the same sequence. First, I'm going to give you technical analysis. Well, actually, I'm going to start you with the fundamentals. Then I'm going to take you into the technical analysis chart by chart, and I'm going to give you, if I think there's a place you should buy here. Here's your stop. Here's your profit objective. I'm going to walk you right through that. It's more or less swing trading. I'm not trying to buy here, get out 2 years from now. That is not what futures are about. I'm going to cover the markets in this exact sequence, and there'll be a bar on our website. All you do is on the video, pull the bar. It'll light up and say metals. It'll say soft commodities. So the area you want to go, you can go right there. I make it easy as can be. And the idea here is to help you with your own trade idea. That's really what this is about. I realize trading is lonely. I realize that, gee, who do I talk to? I want somebody to be there, but my broker's not up. I have this idea. I want to place an order maybe by myself. Where do you go? I think I've solved that for you to a degree. I provide the service. It's out there, it's inexpensive, and it's meant to stay that way. It's $7.95 for the first 30 days, and I am including the Spider ETF video where I do the identical thing. That one comes out at 4 in the afternoon since they don't open till 8:30 the next morning, so I do it right after the market close. Right now I'm combining you a free trial to that with your paid subscription of this. Can't beat that. Then afterwards, this particular, the futures one, goes to $15 every 30 days, and a lot of people buy a 1 year instead. It works out to $13 a month. They prepay it, and they get $156 for the next year. Not a bad deal. How do you find out more? Go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. You can always call my staff. They'll get you set up in 2 seconds. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day, and I will see you all later this afternoon in our end of the day wrap-ups.